sometimes God will make you move. Well, my colleague called me the N-word, and her position went from number 1 to number 2, and that was it. They didn't do much of anything else. I'm like, all right, yeah, I gotta go. They eventually fired her, but I had to get an attorney and do all the things. Anyway, sometimes when your back is against the wall and bad things are starting to happen, it's a reason. You're probably doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Your life is probably not aligned with what God has set out for you. So if you feel like you just can't get a break, nothing's working out, every door you knock on never opens, those aren't the doors for you. Take it as a sign. When one door closes, a bigger one opens. Luckily, my other colleague, he had quit and started working at this fabulous hotel that actually has red carpet A-list, celebrity A-list events. One day he sent me a picture of his receipt. He made a $30 tip on a $30 bill. I'm like, what? I want to make 30 on 30. So I asked if I could put his name down as a reference. He said, absolutely. So I did. Listen, the position was for a temporary pool server. I said, all I need is a foot in the door. Just a foot in the door to get started. I'm like, yeah, the position is temporary, but like once I'm in there, I'm in there. As time went on, I saw a sign for a softball sign up. I'm like, softball? Well, I haven't played softball in years, but this is my end. Like, companies want to see that you're a team player, that you want to be a part of the family. I'm like, perfect. Signed up for the softball team. Told my director, like, look, I need to be off on Thursdays because that's when we have games. I signed up for the softball team. I had no idea. Everybody, pretty much every director in the hotel was on the softball team. The director of catering, director of events, the director of human resources, the assistant human resources director, like everybody. So here I am, little old me, temporary pool server, telling everybody how much I love events, and I was from North Carolina, and I moved to LA to be an event planner. And eventually, over time, I worked my way up into the events department. Oh, it was awesome. Like, I could have been devastated over the whole thing, and I'm not applying to be a temporary pool server, and I moved to LA to be an event planner. Like, no, you got to get your foot in the door, bust it down, and keep it pushing all the way to the top. And when you get there, because when I got there, I finally got there, like, yes, I did it. My dream job. This is what I came out here to do. This is perfect. I was just about to start dating because I moved to LA to get my Bentley, not a boyfriend. So I was very focused when I left North Carolina and went to LA. Like, don't want a relationship. Like, I got to get this career popped off. So I'm like, all right, yes, I did it. I can finally start dating. Man, my journal entry, because I still update myself on myself. And I highly suggest you do as well, especially if you're going after big goals and dreams and just don't even know what you want to do in life. It's okay to update yourself on yourself. One journal entry was like, yes, I did it. I got the job. Super excited. Entries later, it was, or not, they threatened to decrease my salary by almost $10,000. Apparently the math wasn't mathing. And the reason why, because they put in these $150,000 events on the corporate Amex cards. 30% of that is coming out of my profit and loss statement. The math is never going to math when you're doing those big numbers. And I'm selling $1 black and white, $2 pages of color. The math's not going to math. So anyway, my amazing director, she suggested that I soul search. Like, soul search. She's like, yeah, figure out what it is you want to do. I'm thinking, but I'm doing it. But no. So I ended up soul searching, and I realized I never wanted to be in a position where somebody could dangle my livelihood over my head. Like, and I had kept my real estate license up, so I'm kind of out of breath. Even though I'm walking slow, somewhat up and uphill. Haven't been walking. Oh, it's so beautiful out here. I kept up with my real estate license. I continued my education, even though I wasn't in LA to be a real estate agent. My director at that company, she kept pushing me, like, the company will pay for it. Just get your license, get your license. I'm not here to be a real estate agent, blah, blah, blah. But luckily, I finally gave in and listened, because when it came time for me to soul search, to realize that I never want anybody to dictate my livelihood over my head, I'm getting into real estate. real estate, it's not based off of your degree. It's not based off your skin color and you're this and you're that. No, real estate is based off you, your personality, who you know, and really you and your work ethic. You sell a house, get a fat check. You don't sell a house, you don't get a fat check. I'm like, perfect. So I went back to the job on Monday. I'm all excited, like, thank you for telling me to soul search. This is what I'm going to do. Get it back into real estate. Oh, well, it's, you know, what else you got? It's going to take a while for you to be able to sell a house. Like, you need something immediate. No, I don't. So I started talking to people that were still in the real estate industry. And they were saying the same thing. You need a spouse. You need somebody to hold down the bills while you try to sell a house. You need 6 months to a year's worth of savings. It's going to take you a long time to sell a house. Listen, I didn't have a spouse because, like I said, I was strictly focused on career. I didn't have savings. I was living my best life, you know, making money, whining and dining myself. And no, I had 3 months savings. Judge yourself. So I'm like, all right, I got 3 months to sell a house. That's it. But what I also did was I researched brokerages, different companies. So when you get into real estate, you don't just go with the first brokerage. Like, research them, interview them, see what they offer for their agents. All companies are different, so you need to be able to advocate for yourself. You're both interviewing each other. It's not one or the other. So make sure you keep that in mind. I also prayed for a broker that was going to hold my hand, that was really going to guide me, because again, I only had 3 months of living expenses. So that was it. You either sell a home in 3 months or you move back to North Carolina and figure your life out. When you are taking the leap of faith, you're going after your goals and your dreams. When you think about a backup plan, make it something undesirable. Make it something that you really don't want to back up to. That way, if you make plan B so undesirable, plan A has to work out. And at that time, I didn't want to move back. I'm like, no, like, I love LA. By this time, my mom was able to keep her job. They closed another call center. So it wasn't the pressure of, okay, figure it out, you got to help, you know. It was, so I'm like, well, shoot, I'm here. I want to stay here. The 3rd month, I sold my first home. The 4th month, I sold my 2nd home. And in the 5th month, I sold my 3rd home. Believing in myself, praying for a brokerage, and putting myself out there. Even though my broker was amazing, he kept advising me to talk to the people at the hotel, people who know, like, and trust me. I didn't want to experiment on them. I knew I had never sold a home. And once one person like, oh, well, it was a bad experience, nobody else was going to want to work with me. So I'm like, I don't want to experiment on them. So what I did was I ended up working a lot of open houses. When you're just starting out your career, there's several niches that you can go after when you're looking to close a deal, get clients, sell a house. Mine, what worked best for me after trying door knocking, cold calling, open houses, mailers, open houses was my thing. I like talking to people. I have a pretty good personality. So open houses was my thing, and it worked out for me. And what you do is you take the clients, like, oh, let's use my gas and go around on the weekend. Like my mentor told me, once you have them in the car, you got them. But when you're going after your big goals and dreams, believe in yourself, believe in God, don't give up, don't get a lot of opinions, don't ask for a lot of advice. If you do ask for advice, ask for the people who have already done what you're trying to do. Move out your way, friend. The only thing stopping you is you. Get my new ebook to hear the whole story, the whole journey, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, as well as things you can do to make your journey faster, more efficient. At the end of every chapter, I summarize things that I did and what I recommend doing if you're taking the leap of faith, whether you're looking to move, change careers, or just figure out your life's path, get into real estate, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Check out my book, Move Out Your Way. The only thing stopping you is you. We got this, friend. Bye.